Yes, please.
I have one question. So
Yeah.
one of the things that you did mention and you brought up kind of interchange these words was the difference between connection and attachment. Because it seems like attachment kind of has more of like an ego where connection is more even.
Yeah.
But I wondered if there was like in your lecture you brought up connection at times and then attachment at others and to sort of differentiate between the two.
Yes, that is a very subtle point. What is attachment and what is love? So, what is attachment? Attachment is that when my ego is connected with only one or two people.
Okay.
I love this person. Naturally, I love more this person rather than that person. This is our human nature.
Yeah.
We cannot just come in and make a seat wherever available. There are some space here and there. So when we actually send a connection that is same reality is there everywhere, then our love becomes universal. Maitri means friendship. Maitri is a Metti Bhavana, which Buddhism talks about. It is called the friendship attitude. The attitude of friendship. So, friendship, friend do not see the fault of another friend. There is faulty side of human character. There is good side, bad side, both. But you have to understand everything is changing for everyone. No one stays in the same state of mental condition. From our childhood till now, if we look at our life, everything has changed. But this changes is happening in your mind. But no change in the truth what is behind. That's why Buddha has said that live in that consciousness. And if you focus on that side, this side will fall off. And today is Holy Mother's Day, so we can remember Holy Mother's words. Holy Mother Saroda Devi. But the Rama is this mother. What is this mother? You look at that. The painting, looking at you all the time. It is against you. You see, it is against light though. But you try to focus. You see, everyone will feel that his mother is looking at you. Look at that. Whether I am right or wrong. How she can look at everyone. And that's the point. We are all her children. So mother said, if you want peace, my child, don't see fault with others. Try to see your own fault. Buddha Dev said, don't try to judge the whole world. Try to see here what is happening. Who are you? How you are interacting? How you are getting attached? How you are in bondage? How you are because of that bondage. If you have no bondage, who can make you suffer? Very simple thing. Suppose if I have no special connection with someone, what it matters? I shall be bothered by what is happening in the other person's mind or his actions. You want anyone, Swami? So, our cause of suffering is my attachment. Don't blame anyone. I give you a very crude, gross example. This is not good example. Suppose someone having a loving relationship, and it is becoming difficult and then separate. What is happening? When this connection is there, but focusing on the defect of others, and I am correct, your defect, your problem. Each one is saying like that, your problem, but not looking at the problem. So if I see my problem and I can correct myself, forget about attaining the highest state of bodhisattva. That's high. Don't talk at the beginning. Focus on your character. How you can improve your character. But let me see, I am seeing the defect there. What about me? what is here. If we take a stand like that, every day we can improve ourselves, and then see, the society will be better society, family will be better family, no? Defect, seeing the defect in others only, and I am perfect. I am the right position. I am the right position. All what it is you are doing like that. It is because of you it is happening. No? True, it may be. But I am also a partner into that. That type of in the play, in that role, I have a position there. So if we change that, as Buddha said, that pay attention to the eightfold steps, right action, right thinking, right speech, we can say the truth to everyone. But we can say in such a way, then he will come with a gun to kill me. In that way. Or I can say in such a way, then he can forgive me, he can also become very soft. How we speak the word, how we express our emotions. When we get into it, we don't think about those things. It's all subjective transformation. Look at that, what Buddha is telling. Don't go to change the world. Change here. And change in your day-to-day activity little by little, paying attention to your duties, your actions, your thoughts, your speech, how you are interacting with others, everywhere. Improve that. Like to see it here. And also teach others that, brother, I am trying my best. You also try your way. So that will be the way we can improve each other. And only when you are stubborn, my understanding is the right understanding. And of course mine is the right, always. No? In the world, when in the world we live, always we say, I am only right person. Whatever you are saying, it is yours. You are wrong. Try to see, there are 2-3 chairs here. Come in. Does not mean that there will be no problem, that everyone is God. No. They are there. This whole world will be like this. Because we are learning from Buddha today that we are born because of what? Because of our momentum of the past. How many thoughts we have thought? Suppose you have accumulated 10,000 good thoughts. Impact of 10,000 good thoughts will lead you to a higher life. I have done 20,000 negative thoughts. That will create my momentum of the next life. Whatever we do, we reap. Whatever you think, thought manifests in the life. Action. But we need not be upset with that. If we know this philosophy, and then we understand that attachment is coming because and I like, I dislike. Because why I like? Because it resonates with my mind. I like something because it resonates with my mind. If it does not, I reject that. So we have to then analyze, what is my object of love? Is it based on my whimsical, emotional temperament? Or because of the truth? If the truth is there everywhere, is the same truth. Otherwise, why shall I love everyone? And Vedanta explains much clearly, because there is some mask. The mind, intellect, ego, all this, there are clouds, dart. So the inner light is here, God is here. But it does not manifest because there is a cloud in the mind, confusion in the mind, confusion in my ego. My ego is my ego. But I am not mine, I am here also. They are my people. We say, my countrymen. See, my family is a limited circle. My community is a bigger circle. My state, bigger. My country, I am a global person. See? That I expands. And spirituality is I expansion of I. The same. different language. I am talking of Vedanta language. Sometimes it is expressed in Buddhistic language. Matters little. Yeah, you are saying something.
Swamiji, you are talking about eightfold path. What is that eightfold path?
As I told you, right thinking, right
You
speech.
mentioned 4 of them.
Oh, then I have to bring out the book. You are putting me to that. Let me see what the I put. Because you don't follow those. That's why you have to see the book and through. It says, right understanding. Right understanding means try to see the object with any delusion, confusion. Be impersonal. Don't be prejudiced. Like an observer, see the thing in right perspective. So to understand any situation. What we understand? We understand into our own mental condition. No. What is really is there. So right type of understanding, which is free from delusion, which is free from superstition. We carry our superstition. Before talking to someone, I know he is like that. Always in our personal relationship, that is a big problem. When you see somebody, you have heard about to third party, oh, he is like that, and then you create that impression, and before your own experience, you are coming with a prejudice. And that prejudice is creating a darker veil between you. So right understanding is the one point. Second, think rightly. What is right? Right thinking. Don't think of your life as a petty thing of life. Only today's little, what has happened, minor thing. Think big. Think, I am to get out of this bondage. I am to be freed from all duality. I am to be liberated totally. So that big thought. Bhuma tu eva vijiggasasya. If we say from the Vedantic term, our rishis, sages have said, you think of that which is Bhuma, is infinite. Think of your in. Don't think of you are this limited body. All pains and suffering because I think I am this body. Expand yourself. I am there. I am there. I am there. Their suffering, my suffering. Their joy is my joy. Expand. That's the right type of thinking. This is right thinking. Or that unchanging truth. Think of that. Third, right speech. Speech should be right. Right does not mean that it should be always sweet. Truth is truth.
Yes.
When you say, say. But how you say? The art of speaking. So it should be kind, it should be open, and it should be truthful. 3 things. Very difficult to say. That means what you are doing, you are controlling yourself. At the spur of moment, how we react. You say something, at the anger moment I respond immediately. You say something, I say something. And becomes a big mess. But before saying something, you think, what am I saying? Is it right? Is it meaningful? Will it bring good? See how much self-control is coming. That is building your character. You cannot say something because I understand it's bad and just blast someone and both the people get wounded in heart. No? No. So this is right speech. Kind, open, truthful. There is one Swami here. This Swami's name was, he was a British Swami. It was Bhadrananda. He used to say, don't say anything. Before saying, first question yourself, am I saying this? Is it good? Will it be meaningful? Is it necessary? Third point, is it necessary? Sometimes we go out of unnecessarily we talk. It's not necessary. Suppose I don't say. Does it make any change? If it does not, then why are you talking about that? That means self-control, self-mastery. And very important, 90% of our problem comes from the speech. Someone becomes ever friend, someone becomes ever enemy by only word, how you use the word. So truthful, open and kind. Kind, word is kind. You say, yes, you said that. Really, I don't agree with you. I really I don't agree because it is not true. This is the fact. But he may not listen, but you can say that way. Or if you see that it is not working, don't say anything. Let him have his own concept. Let him suffer for himself. Why you are adding your suffering? That means you should be intelligent enough to face this and stand in your own integrity. That's giving you the character. Fourth point is right action. Are you taking an action? Is it pure? Is it pure? Is it honest? Will it bring peace? All these three. Think in many other points you can bring added with it. But think, my action, is it pure? That means honest. I am taking this action. You did that, so I am taking this action. This action is really, really pure? Or it is connected with some dishonesty? Or something to disturb the peace of others? There are people who take actions. Many actions they take. And see the consequence? Consequence is all bad. Your action, right action will bring right fruit, peace, harmony, joy and good to others. But you take some action which will create just opposite. You have to think 10 times, is it honest? Really, really is it necessary? Or I am taking the right action. Now you go to the livelihood. How to live the life? Not hurting to living beings. Buddha's major philosophy is ahimsa, no? Don't harm anyone. Even the minimum. You have to live in the life, no? That you have to eat something. You are hurting animals, no? Even you are not hurting animals, you are hurting the seeds. You are taking rice, you are taking, I am a vegetarian, but you are not vegetarian. You are killing some people.
Am I killing plants?
Yeah.
Is it not? You are killing all the seeds. Every seed would have produced a plant and gave so much produce. They have the life. Where you can separate. That's why I am saying, don't go to that far. For our survival, you are a vegetarian, you take vegetarian. Someone is taking, let them take. Don't judge on that point. But your point is that livelihood, am I really hurting? I don't need it. But I poke some animal. Are you doing like that? For living it is necessary. So this is the right type of living. It should be like not troubling anyone, not hurting anyone. For my survival, for my life, for my everyday sustenance, whatever is necessary, without any malice to anybody, without any injury to anyone, intentional injury, no? So, if we do that, the world will change tomorrow. Suppose if these 8 values, if we take in our life, the world will change tomorrow. That's why it is to be given. In Vedanta we talk more of the principles. We think that you know all these things. Actually, in our Vedantic classes you may ask this question, we always talk of high philosophy. Because we think that it is a very basic thing. Everyone does that. On that foundation, this higher spirituality can work. So very important, the basic foundation. That's why you call the 10 Commandments. It is to be in every religion, there is some fundamental thing. Yama niyama. In the Raja Yoga, ahimsa, non-injury, sattva, ahimsa, sattva, astya, brahmacharya, aparigraha. All the virtues, they are talking about the same in different ways. Without that, spirituality is just useless talk. You may be intellectual person, you may get a good name, but people, you may charm some people, but in spiritual road to get peace here, that is the only peace when the foundation is strong. Then he says right livelihood, then right effort. Whatever you are in your efforts, you have to think, am I doing the right effort? With my self-control and with my self-effort, am I taking the right type of decision and right type of thinking? And right mindfulness. People are mindful. To kill somebody, there is master planning is going on. How we can kill people. Once, one of our devotee, he is an engineer, top engineer and scientist. he was working in some fighter jet and all these things to designing new methodology to. And then one Swami came, he said, you being a devotee, are you making a plan to kill people? He jokingly said, because his engineering skill is to be utilized, but how to do it without other cannot grab that there is a plane, there is some movement is there, just to avoid all these difficulties using engineering skill. So he says, no, if it is like that it is not contributing to my spiritual growth, I will not give. Many people give up that job. No, what am I doing? Is it going to give peace to the society or a right mindfulness? Your concentration is utilized. Can God realization? Concentration can be utilized for destruction. See, look at that. When 9/11 things happen, how much planning, how much concentration, how much thinking was there? There's concentration. Is it right concentration or wrong concentration? You have to decide. Energy is the same. Where you focus. So the concentration here is saying right mindfulness means active, watchful mind. What am I doing? Is it right going to the good of humanity or it is destroying? For some motive they did it. But what a planning, do you think? How every stage, every second was planned like that. No? So that is the concentration is mindfulness is necessary. But we can utilize the same energy for improving our character, for improving society's growth, further growth, improving the condition of the poor, homeless people. It's a big struggle. I was in the other day meeting in the mayor of mayor's representative in our interfaith meeting. They are building about 6,000 houses for the homeless. It's a big struggle to do that. Where is the fund? Who will help? Asking all the religious leaders to join together. So much struggle is going on to build up a positive something. And for negative something, people are doing hidingly. Their energy is focused. And there are less problem for them because they are more focused than we people. We goody people, we good people what we focus, and those people what they do, they have more concentration than us. So he says that your mindfulness will be right mindfulness, which will be part. And right concentration is how to meditate rightly. So these are the 7, 8 points. Meaning, yes.
Are you done?
No, tell me.
I'm just a little confused on sharing others' suffering. Because if you're feeling their pain, you just wither up and blow away. So it must be if you're around in a hospital ward after a war and everybody's suffering. I mean, how do you walk through there and really be of help? You can't feel their suffering, it would disable you. Everybody's. So I'm a little confused because if you're spreading out to the planet, there's horrendous suffering around the planet.
But tremendous joy is also there.
So I just don't comprehend how you feel that. I mean, you can be aware of it.
Unless you expand your identity. See, in a miniature scale, we feel the suffering and joy of others. Suppose you are a mother, you have 3 children, 4 children, all are sick, all are suffering. You feel their suffering yourself.
Then how do you help them if I'm the mom with
Come to the next point. First, feeling is the question. And the feeling is not to suffer. Feeling means then your action starts. If you feel there is suffering, then you try to help that. As I am suffering, I will try to get out of my suffering. So similarly, if I love someone and that person is in suffering, I will try to do something. I'll call doctor, I will give medicine, I'll call my friend who knows it, or who can help us. These are the practical means. But the level of suffering what you are indicating, if it is a challenge in the world, in a bigger scale, then you have no scope to do anything. What you can do? You can dive deep and say, oh Lord, this world is yours, please do something. See, when you are saying that, your heart is swelling in joy. Because you are not selfish. You are not thinking of you. You are thinking of so much suffering. Oh Lord, please do something. It is said, Christ was born because of whom? John the Baptist. He was crying in the wilderness, oh Lord, please come, so much suffering, come. And that improves your character. If suppose I cannot do anything, the suffering people in any country, if I sit here and can shed one drop of tears before the Lord, oh Lord, this is your word, please do something. Even nothing happens. See where you are raising your consciousness. You are raising yourself into divine level. It is not a matter of joke to raise ourselves into that level of unity, no?
I was also considering when you were speaking about like the talking the truth and the different parts of the truth as far as is it necessary, is it this, is it that, and even so even sometimes when you're speaking the truth to somebody, if you're putting it in a perspective to them to hurt them or to not hurt them, but yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
Because sometimes you can speak the truth, and it's in a hurtful way because it's not put in the compassion. It's not put in that type of way. You're kind of directing the truth to hurt somebody. So in that action, you are hurting yourself and you're hurting the other person because you had said something about when there's the hurt, two people are hurt, and it causes the hurt within you. But if it's done in the rightful way, like with all the compassion, then it lifts you and it lifts the other person, because it's almost in the full component of how it's delivered and how it's received then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Anyhow, it is self-control is the major thing. All these steps what we have taken here, it is all self-control. How I am controlling myself, am I trying to be better, not in the whims of the emotion, not in the spur of the moment. People do most mistaken things in the spur of the moment. Someone you is interacting with, in a family life it happens, husband, wife, mother, sister, daughter, son, and one said something and you say something, and out of this just spur of moment, someone dashes the cup or goes violently smashes the door, slams the door, and then fire comes and reaction comes. So it is all this money. There is no control over it. But this is the control, self-control. And then if we are really controlled, then we can understand others' position also.
Yeah, sure.
If I am really little control, little separately we observe myself, then I can really understand what is going on in others' place. That means the calm people, the serene people, they can see the situation, what is going on much better than we who are not accustomed to that. Yes?
What about people you're relating to self-control, is the topic that I'm going to mention, and dealing with suffering. But what about people who, I'm the kind of person who sees the good in people. I used to be like this more. I used to see the positive side of people. And I make an effort to see the positive despite any of the flaws.
Wonderful.
Or any weaknesses. But what about those wicked people who intentionally cause suffering and inflict harm?
Yeah.
And then and then you actually feel pain. I don't know, have you heard of the term stigmata? When you feel pain, some kind of bodily pain. How does that happen? And how do you deal with those people that intentionally cause
Two things.
pain to you?
Handle is that you should be intelligent to see that what you want. First of all, avoid them. You need not have to go to a tiger to hug the tiger. If you know that he's a tiger, say salute tiger from the cage. That's okay. One point. If you have to interact, very intelligently interact, go and finish your job and say thank you, and get out. But that we should have to be intelligent to protect ourselves. You cannot change the whole world. Spirituality is subjective transformation. you will be as big, as noble-hearted you will be, you will get more blows from outside, because they will not understand your noble feelings and heart, what is going on inside. No, it's really, really difficult. But Buddha didn't suffer less. Christ didn't suffer less. What was his fate? As great as you become, in spiritual, everyone should know. Normally we consider, I'm a good man, why suffering is coming to me? Why so many bad people are troubling me? This is the reward of that, your goodness. And this is the opportunity you rise above. So spirituality is not for weak people. Come to the point. Spirituality is for the bold people who say, okay, come, more problem, I can handle it. I know this is this. I am not getting involved. But we will fail. Not that you will be successful, you will fail 100 times. But your goal is too high. And that will make you great. Look at the life of all the holy peoples, in the holy people in the world. Their test, much more rigorous test they have to go through. Read the lives of the saints. How they are misunderstood, how they are tortured. Even in Christianity today, the saints are when they become saint. When they go through some tremendous struggle during lifetime, after they die, they get he's a great saint. The life when he was living, he was mistreated and misjudged, and after death you mean, that is a great guy. I might have only to say, we want a reward, immediate reward. No, you are a good guy, you should be rewarded now, so that people will get inspiration. But no, you are being tested and tortured. You see, read the lives of the saints. How much they have to face the challenges, and then after successful completion, when he with devotion and really loving Christ in so much depth and understanding, this way they go into that level of peace and harmony that outside world fails to do anything to them, and they die. Then there comes a certificate. Oh, he was a good man. Postmortem. Postmortem certificate.
How does a soul reaches nirvana during reincarnation if you can't remember what you did in a past life?
We need not have to remember in the past life, because even if you can know, that will not change. See, now people are running for paying good money to know past life regression or what. There is a good money you can spend to know what you did last life. We have 8.4 million life. So which life you will know?
Yeah, but if you did something negative.
So in this life we do so many negative good things. Why to go to the back life? In this life we are seeing around what is going on. If we keep our eyes open, we have enough sources to know what is going on. I did not have to spend my useful life with the negative things or this type of time. Time is most precious. Today's life, every split second ran, click, click, click. Now coming back in our life again. So now we'll spend 20 years to know what was my past life, and this 20 years opportunity is gone. 20 years utilized for realizing the truth. Now and here. Most powerful thing is that how you can do it now and here. After death, what I did in previous life, this is past. As I give the example, you are in a train ride. Your train journey. So suppose you are going from here to New York. Now your train has left Union Station. And then you are in the journey. And you are in the middle of some place, maybe 200 miles, 300 miles away. Now you are thinking, why when I was getting up in the train and that gentleman misbehaved with me, and you enjoy your present moment. Your train is in this new place that's gone forever from your life, excepting some memory. So live in the present. Enjoy this present moment. Expand your heart. Whatever Buddha said. That should be our message. Be a mother. Be a mother to the world. We all should be. So that is there, potentially it is here. That motherly love, that motherly affection, that feeling for the suffering of others. It's innate in us. We cover it with our selfishness, with our other negativities. Open up, and then you'll see that it is you are everywhere. You feel the suffering of all. You enjoy the bliss of all. It's a blessed opportunity. Becoming that Buddha, awakened. When you awaken into that consciousness, that everyone is driven by the past actions and thoughts, impressions. And that's why everyone is behaving differently. But what is the truth behind is the only one. Unborn, as we read that from Buddha's message, that is the state, unborn, unlimited, unaccountable, that unchanging. And a Vedantic term will be Satchidananda we call, but in Buddhistic term, the language is different. So we should have to utilize the present time rather than, yes, there is some reason, there is some cause of my suffering, true. Suppose, I give the example, suppose you went for eating a good, you were invited to have some big feast, and a dinner, and you ate something, but sometimes it happens that some poisonous food or something, some got immediate diarrhea, immediate reaction. Some went back home, and middle of the night he started feeling something discomfort. Next day someone feeling some discomfort. So the discomfort may be felt in different time. That the cause is there itself. So how we can really understand this, that life has this type of thing, and we'll have to rise above, and we'll have to take the proper course. So today, yeah.
I have a question of one of the Buddhist concepts you were saying also, that to experience joy and happiness also can bring pain,
Yeah.
suffering. My question is it seems like kind of a catch-22, but it's like, is it wrong to be passionate about something and to enjoy things in life?
Well,
I mean, it's
you
like,
should have to, but we get stuck there. But you have to rise above. Yes, it has come, I enjoy, but it's gone also, okay. I got a good meal today, okay. Tomorrow I didn't, that's also okay. So you keep your freedom. You are becoming free. But if I hang on to the good, then that is because of my next day's suffering. Why not I am getting this type of food or this type of treatment with the people? Today I get a high praise, and tomorrow someone starts abusing or saying some slanderous remark about me. As soon as people say, ha 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 ha, I am happy. And someone says, hey, this guy is so, what? So I become a slave. So they can make me like a puppet in their hand. Some intelligent people can make me, just to poke me, they can make me a monkey. Giving some good, nice words. Ha ha ha, you are great. And then say, hey, it's bad. When good, you are high. When bad, so you have no sense of yourself. You are depending on what people are talking about you. Why? You have to see here. So this is freedom. All spiritual talk is regarding freedom. What is the real freedom? And enjoy peace. Enjoy what happiness comes. Yes, it has come. You did a good action. You did something good, that has come back. If karma theory. And if something bad comes, bad came because I did something. I do not know when I did. But if I can face both the challenges, then you are above. That is the freedom. And you are saying something. Who is saying something? Yes.
Swami, I have a question about the suffering. When we say suffering, it means that there is a pain that maybe they will never go away. Can we say, instead of suffering, like all these diseases, instead of suffering, we say struggle?
struggling with the diseases, I'm struggling with the finance, or I'm struggling with the life. Can we do that way instead of suffering?
Because suffering has a deeper meaning. If you say, I am struggling with the disease and death and this, that's a beautiful language. But I am not struggling with my happiness or my joy. We don't feel that I am suffering for my joy. We are suffering for my, praise. But we have to, when you use the suffering, that indicates your joy and the feeling of comfort, what you are thinking, that is also a suffering. Why? Because that will cause you suffer in next future time. Because as I gave the example, today you get a very honorable reception from people. Today's honorable reception, if you are not very analytical, as Buddha said, next day people will say something wrong. Today's appreciation becomes the cause of tomorrow's suffering. Oh, so many people told me good and their partner is doing, and you are creating anger and frustration, all the negative side is going on. If you analyze it very meticulously, what is apparently you feel joy or what is happiness, or that follows, it brings back the question of suffering in future. See, given an example, I gave the example of the mother, daughter, or the son and the parents, with their all love, affection. Many of the Indian mothers or in any parents, they spend their whole money, their resources for education, not to keep loan for the children. And those people are got that way, they pass, and afterwards they go in their own way. And other children are burdened with loan. At least they know, I have to repay, I have to behave properly, I have to earn money. But these people have no responsibility. So now if father or the parents spend so much energy, time with love and pure thinking that that will be bringing good to them, and when they start behaving differently and going to the different direction, suffering goes to whom? To the parents. So what is apparently bringing joy, that may bring apparently afterwards suffering. It is not immediate, but in later on. So therefore suffering language is used because this is, though it appears to be joy, but it is hidden, in its hidden agenda is inside is some suffering. But if we can realize the divine, which is infinite, there is no suffering. In infinite, how can it be suffering? Infinite is only one. And there your mind, mental emotions, wrong understanding, misunderstanding, action, all these 8 points we talked about, these are all not there. So you have reached that state. So true, but don't misunderstand that anything good comes, you will have to say, oh, I reject it. No, not that. But the question is that we have to be more intelligent to understand, though it is good, it's not good ultimately. Ultimately, there is something higher. In that respect, if you are aware, you will be dealing with that thing in a detached way. We are dealing with attached way, trying to grab it, trying to hold it. But you will be more intelligent, you will be doing that in a detached way. And then your freedom will remain. Am I correct or not? Understandable? Suppose she is a good singer, opera singer. She is singing. So, and then suppose when she goes and gets so much of praise from people. So if that's good, we should enjoy that. But at the same time, intelligently, one part of her should think, yes, I got so much. But the next day's performance, people may not applaud that way. If you keep that eye open, when next day it happens, even people cannot appreciate that, you will not be suffering. You have already prepared your mind. This may be, that may be. I don't care. I do out of my own bounty of heart. Is it not? I sing and I get joy. Can you sing for us?
Sure. What do you like?
Yeah, come here.
No, I'll sing from here. There's Ave Maria
Uh-huh. Good. Very good. Why not come here? Yeah, please. Hey, give the chair. Keep the seat here. Yeah, please sit. You sit in front of me. Facing that. Yeah. Check. Seeing that. So now you are booked here. On our Christmas day, if you can, to come here, we will have this Ave Maria. We celebrate wonderfully here.
You should come every week.
No. She has so many appointments, so we cannot expect her. But we'll be glad you will come.
Thank you, I'd love to. It'd be my honor.
Yeah, okay, good. And we have our good musical group here. Those sing all carol Christmas songs
That's awesome.
in this temple and the same hall.
Amazing.
And 4th of July we also do something. 4th of July also we sing. Is it not, Swami?
Yes.
4th of July we sing.
Yes, we can organize.
Yeah. So you can have one song there.
Would you like to join us?
Yeah, 4th of July.
I'd love to.
Huh?
Okay.
Yes, our program starts around what time?
We have a puja and
lunch.
after the puja we sing in the shrine.
And the lunch. And then we start around maybe 2 o'clock. Around 2 o'clock.
Okay.
So in the temple, but you meet the Swami.
Okay, 2 o'clock, what day again?
4th July.
Oh, okay.
But you can come early for text.
Better come early and have the party.
Yeah, you can join our party. And your phone number and name, please give me. And mom should come. Anyway, so now let us go for a little bit more of the question answer. See, it's a great treat. Yes.
Question concerning suffering.
Nah.
Suffering, okay, so how we can resolve that for ourselves and other people. And so some part of it, as I found, if we accept it, whatever it is, for instance, illness, this type of all medication and therapy. So at one point when we accepted that it's there, it is solved. Not solved, but, you know, accepted, and we don't feel that suffering. Then, if we accept it, we can resolve that for ourselves and other people. And so at one point when we accept it that it's there, it is solved. Not solved, but, you know, accepted, and we don't feel that suffering. So there's also joy. So we can have more joy by accepting all suffering. But you see some people, and the same illness, the same suffering, it can be feel different for different people. You see someone has the same illness, they are accepting, and so they feel more joy of other things, of nature, flowers, and that's how you can help other people to accept, because you see some people it's very difficult to accept. For instance, the amount of suffering that a person is suffering can be the same. This can be the same cause another person, but one person is suffering more.
So actually, pain and suffering, two words are there. Pain is unavoidable. Suffering, optional. Pain is pain. Suppose some pinprick in me, in you, in everyone. That pain due to that pinprick will be same everywhere. Suffering is my addition. Oh, what has happened? And then I can also say, hey, what is this nonsense? A pin has pricked. See, some people that day they are going and his leg is cut, amputated. What is this? You find freedom. So how you look at the situation, but how you get that higher vision, unless you train your mind to see objectively this life. That is Buddha's teaching, that is Vedanta teaching. That there is pain, you cannot avoid, no one can avoid pain. But pain is really, it is what everyone have. But suffering, we are adding to it, seeing my suffering is so much. And we normally say, oh, nobody understands my suffering. I am going through a hellish situation. What hellish situation? Think of the people in the world. Think of the homeless people. And go see their suffering. They do not know what is medicine. They cannot go to doctor. We have insurance. We can go. Immediately 911. Who is calling 911 for the homeless people there? Who is suffering fever, heavy fever, had not got any food to eat. So, you see, if we compare that side, oh my God, I have nothing to complain. See, acceptance comes. Acceptance comes because of the analysis quickly. And acceptance also comes when you get frustrated and say, I tried, all means nothing happening. So let me accept. That's a foolish acceptance. Intelligent acceptance is that we analyze the situation and see God has kept me in a better position than anyone. At least I have a roof. At least I have a food. At least I have some clothing. At least I can save myself in the heat and cold. No? And look at the homeless person. I was walking in the downtown area. There 2 days, last 2 days. And I found, Baba, how they are living? They are under the tarp. And there is rain coming. Where do they go? Rain? How they survive themselves? They have to live in the floor, in the road, in the pavement. So, and I consider my suffering is bigger than them. So if I analyze that way, but if I analyze the other way, oh my God, that house is multi-million-dollar house. And he is saying, and I am getting only 100,000 and he is multi-million. Huh? And then I suffer. Nothing happened here. Looking this side on that side. And who gives this wise thinking? Self-analysis. Introspection. Spiritual life. Right vision. Right concentration. Right action. Right thing brings out these wonderful things in life. Huh? Yes.
Yeah, I have a question about consciousness. I was trying to watch.
Little loud.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was confused about consciousness. How do you acknowledge the suffering in others? I guess I should give some background. I was trying to watch a video about consciousness, and the person had a metaphor about the seer and the scene. So when you say that you are miserable, that's not the case because you're separate from that. So your consciousness is knowing the misery, and you're supposed to keep them separate. So how do you acknowledge someone else's suffering if you're not supposed to say, I am miserable? You're not supposed to acknowledge your own.
Yes, consciousness have two aspects, no? One is the pure consciousness, which is unattached. which has no connection with ego, mind, intellect, perception, feeling, because these are all coming to the level of ego, intellect, mind, body, senses. Now, if we go back and reach that consciousness is all everywhere. There is no suffering, there is no pain. When that consciousness percolates through my ego, through my mind, through my intelligence, all the pain in the ego is felt then. Pain in the intellect, understanding, pain in the emotion, pain in the body. That's why this awareness in which we are living now, this consciousness is because of the witness consciousness behind. And that witness consciousness is the same everywhere. It is like space. Everywhere, like Wi-Fi. And then that only what to need to connect with that Wi-Fi. But we are disconnected with the Wi-Fi. So we see its effect comes. We see someone is working because he has some password. So he can work in the so in this, whatever we are feeling, my present feeling is dependent on that consciousness. No. So this pain, suffering, what we are talking, these are in the level of this relative level, where due to ignorance I am identifying with my mind, with my body, with my emotions, with my physical body. And the pain is there and pleasure is there. Vedantic way, you go back. If you go back into the witness consciousness, same here, same there, same here, everywhere is the same. So, how can you go back to that consciousness? Just think, you are not this. You live in that pure consciousness at certain point of time. Giving the example, Vedanta talks about 3 states. Now, that consciousness is percolating and it has come to the physical body also. That's why the heat and cold, suffering and joy, all these things are working in the physical body. Now you go, withdraw, go one step inward. In your dream, when you are in your dream, this physical body, you are not aware of it. Physical body is lying in the bed, it is somebody's. It is not your body anymore because you have no identity with it. You only live in the dream world. So your dream consciousness. But what is the life behind this dream? That consciousness percolates there. So in the dream consciousness when you are there, there is your suffering, there is your joy, there is your all other emotions in that body, in the what is called the dream body. This is called the physical body, this is the dream body. And now you go to sleep. Dream body also vanishes. The body which was in your dream, you are interacting with so many people, talking, eating, whatever, that personality is also gone. You go to sleep. What happens? What remains with you? You are not aware of this body. You are not aware of your dream consciousness. But you don't die. You remain in a state of ignorance. But that is the most joyful state of your life. Everyone finds great joy in sleep, no? Understand this point, very important. Everyone finds great joy in sleep. But there is no food, no gross food. There is no entertainment going on there. There is no music. There is no sight, nothing to see. But that is the most joyful state. Everyone craves for sleeping. No? And there you remain, you say, I enjoyed the sleep, but I do not know when you called me. That means you have no outer consciousness. There is no dream consciousness. But you don't die, you remain there. And there is one veil, it is called the ignorance. I do not know. So that witness consciousness is just behind that. If we can now, it happening every day for all of us. Waking consciousness, dream consciousness, sleep consciousness. And now if we can meditate and consciously mind being alert, move, then you reach that point And that Ved is no more ignorance because you're consciously moving. And then you will reach that point, what is called the realization of the highest truth.
Did Buddha think about consciousness?
No.
In what way?
No. Buddha didn't say about these words. It is Vedantic way I am talking. But Buddha did say, as I referred today especially, the first word I started with, Brahma Vihara. It is words of Buddha himself. In the scripture, in the Pali language, it is there in the original text. There Buddha says that is the Brahma Vihara. What is the Brahma Vihara? Brahma Vihara means roaming in the consciousness of Brahman. What is that? Spreading my identity with everyone. Maitri Bhavana, the feeling of love and connectedness with all.
Does the word Vihara come from this concept?
Bihara means normally Bihara is a Sanskrit word. When roaming around is called Bihara. Ahara Bihara. Is eating and roaming around. So Bihara means dwelling in that plane. So Bihara has come where monastery. Monks live and walk around. That's called Bihara in the monastery. But Vihara can be used in any, connected with any noun. You can put an adjective on it. So, witness consciousness is a very big thing. It's a Vedantic term. To see, you are witnessing now. All the things we are talking about, you are witnessing that. Is it not? But some consciousness is behind. Who is witnessing? Eyes don't witness only. This is only physical part. So there is that, at the back of everything is that consciousness. And that consciousness manifests to different layers. Anything more?
Well, I don't know if you have time, but
A few minutes. You want to say anything? No. Yes, you.
Okay, just a little commentary on the origin. We're going through all our circles of states, 8.whatever million lives. What about when it started?
That is a big question, we cannot say that. Because if I say, no, last night you dreamt, and in your dream you had so much of fun, so much of our bad interaction with people, and you are very angry and they are very outrageous. If we say, where suddenly that dream came? You cannot say, when did it come? You do not know. You went to bed and you slept. And during this sleep time, when that actually dream came, you do not know. Why suddenly 100 of men or women standing there and they started fighting with each other? You do not know. You cannot put that question when you are dreaming. Now you can say, when did it start? Now you can say, oh, I slept around 11 o'clock and I woke up at this time. In between it has happened. But this is also a dream. This daydream will break. Only when you break the daydream and understand that when it happened, or did it happen, or is it any value, or is it a dream? Thank you all. So, happy Mother's Day again. All the mothers, happy.